What is up, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Ballers, where we talk about the most recent NBA games, go over stats, coaching decisions, and stuff like that. Let's get right into it. So, right here, I have pulled up the Brooklyn Nets versus the Dallas Mavericks game. So, Brooklyn ends up winning by 3. Um, James Harden, 23 points, 12 assists, 9 rebounds. That's a good stat line right there. Although 5 turnovers, he always needs to get that down. But 7 free throw attempts, that's quite good for how he was looking at the start of the season. So that's good. 50% from the 3 point, 6 for 3. That's really good. 13 for 7, or no, 7 for 13 overall. That's good. 41 minutes. That's solid. Next up, Kevin Durant, giving him another solid 24 points, only 3 turnovers, 3 assists, 7 rebounds. That's good. 100% from the free throw line, although it was only 3 for 3. That's good. 25% from 3 point, 1 for 4. Could probably get those numbers up, but we'll give him benefit of the doubt just because it's only 4 attempts. 45% total, 10 for 22. That's pretty good. A few solid role players: Patty Mills, LaMarcus Aldridge. Patty Mills was a really good offseason pickup. I still think that he's one of the better sixth men in the league if Kyrie is here. But Kyrie's obviously not playing right now just due to the virus and stuff like that. I don't want to get into it. But yeah, DeAndre Bembry, 4 points, 1 steal, 1 block. He's always been a decent pickup this season, in my opinion. Although a -9 in the plus minus, not great. And then their bench, James Johnson, solid 12 points. Yeah, those are really the notable performers from the Brooklyn Nets. And then if we go over to the Dallas Mavericks here, go down to the Dallas Mavericks here. Luka Doncic, 28 points, 87% from the line, although 27% from 3 isn't the greatest. 3 for 11. He shot 9 for 21 on the day, 42%. That can be improved upon. 9 assists, 6 rebounds. Kristaps Porzingis, 17 points. That's solid. 12 rebounds, 5 assists. That's honestly what you're looking for with him. It's just those numbers, the points have got to go up. He's a plus defender this game, which was probably the reason the game was so close. But not the greatest points wise what you would want to see from him. Tim Hardaway and Jalen Brunson got 21 points combined off the bench. Both of them shot 100% from the free throw line, although 2 total attempts, not a ton. Tim Hardaway, though, shooting 0 for 7, not the greatest in my opinion. Or not just in my opinion, but in a lot of other people's opinions. Jalen Brunson, 4 for 8. You don't expect a ton from him. One person I do want to see more out of is Boban. I know he's not like the ideal big man in today's basketball, but you would get so much more views, your ratings would go up, and you're obviously not the greatest team right now, so you really want to be an entertaining team. Because if you're gonna be boring and just play slow ball, stuff like that, you have to win games to get people's attention. If you're gonna be bad, you have to be entertaining. Because if you're bad and boring, your reviews are just going down, just completely down. So the next game we're going to look at is the Boston Celtics versus the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers topping the Celtics 117 to 102. For the Celtics, Tatum, 34 points, 1 steal, 3 assists, 8 rebounds. That's a good offensive stat line, although sitting at -8 in the box plus minus, not the greatest. 71% from 3, 59% from the field total. That's exactly what you want from him offensively. You just maybe want a little bit more defensively, but I mean, hey, that'll all come with time. Dennis Schroeder, 10 points, -8. Not the greatest game from him, especially 0 for 3 from 3, 1 for 6 from the field. The only points he really got, other than a layup or a midi, I'm not sure, was from free throws. I mean, good for him getting to the line 10 times, going 80%. But other notable performances, Josh Richardson, 11 off the bench. Not bad, but he's a -13 defender this game. So, I mean, not a good game defensively for him. And another thing that sticks out to me is Robert Williams, -20 in the box plus minus. That is not good at all. On only 13 points, that's really, that's unacceptable. Yeah, I think probably coaching adjustments should have been made just to see that it was Anthony Davis just doing all the work apparently in this game. Not all the work, but he was doing a lot of work in the paint. So, I mean, yeah, that should have been looked at mid-game adjustment wise. That would be a coaching adjustment I would be looking at for the next game. Okay, looking at the Lakers, 30 points from LeBron. That's honestly all you could ask from him at this point in the year with how in and out he's been. Plus 18 defensively, that's great. Only 40% from the three. You'd like to see that improve, but 68% from the field total. 2 for 2 from the line. That is great. That's all you could ask from him. Russell Westbrook, 24 points on 4 turnovers, not the greatest, but 11 assists, 3 rebounds. Quite a good stat line. A solid double-double from Russell Westbrook, plus 11 in the box plus minus. 25% from 3. We knew coming in that he wasn't going to be a great shooter, but you'd like to see that maybe go into the 30s. But 56% from the field, I'll take that from him any day of the week. I think that's a solid acquisition by the Lakers in the offseason. And so, yeah. Anthony Davis, 17 points, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 3 assists, 16 rebounds. That's great. 7 for 13 from the field, 53% total. Didn't shoot any threes and 3 for 4 from the line. That's solid. Off the bench, Malik Monk, 10 points, plus 12 in the box plus minus. Solid shooting numbers. Exactly what you really want him to be. Wayne Ellington, 2 for 4 from 3, 6 points total. You really don't expect him to be any more than that shooter that can give you a few threes to get you over the edge, which is what happened in this game, honestly. The Celtics move down to 13 and 12, and the Lakers move up tied with them at 13 and 12 as well. So the next game we're looking at is the New York Knicks at the San Antonio Spurs. The Knicks top the Spurs 121 to 109. Yeah, let's look at some stats. RJ Barrett, 32 points. That helps. Plus 5 in the box, plus minus. 75% from the free throw. 87% from 3. That's really good. 7 for 8. 55% from the field total. 11 for 20. That's really good. 5 rebounds, 2 steals. I mean, that's what you want to see from him. That's what you imagine in him when you draft him. So, Alec Burks, 18 points, 40% from the field, 37% from 3. Not the greatest shooting night, but he was a positive defender. So, I mean, what more can you ask? Julius Randle, 15 points, positive plus 7 defender, 7 assists, 7 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block. 41% from the field, 60% from 3 is really good for him. Off the bench, Emmanuel Quickley, plus 13 defender, 16 points, 1 steal, 2 assists, 5 rebounds. 25% from the 3, not very good, and 41% from the field. So, I mean, just kind of, I don't want to say chucking shots, but he's getting those points on not very high efficiency and a lot of shots and missed shots. Derrick Rose, 12 points off the bench, plus 8 defender, 100% from 3, although only 36% from the field, not very good. 100% from the free throw line, but that's only 2 for 2. And Mitchell Robinson, 11 points, plus 13 defender. Again, really good defender in Mitchell Robinson. When he's on the court, you're probably not getting much in the paint if you're the Spurs. But yeah, let's look at some stats for the Spurs. Derek White immediately jumping off the page for me. 26 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, 50% from 3, 50% from the field, 100% from the free throw line, although his defending wasn't the greatest at minus 14 negative defender this game. So not the greatest, but I mean, RJ Barrett did kind of go off on him a little bit. So, I mean, yeah, 13 points apiece for Doug McDermott and Jakob Poeltl. Both of them decent shooting clips. Dougie McBuckets shooting nothing from the free throw line, 3 for 7 from 3. Jakob Poeltl, 1 for 3 from the free throw line. Not the greatest, but I mean, both of them negative defenders. Not guys you would want starting on like a solid team, but obviously the Spurs are rebuilding. The only notable thing off the bench, Bryn Forbes, 12 points, 1 steal, 1 assist, one rebound. Yeah, not too much from him. Minus 1 defender. Yeah, I think the Spurs really need to focus on like getting into that rebuild and like maybe going for younger guys instead of older guys like Doug McDermott. I think Keldon Johnson can be very good if you develop him right. But yeah, he's just got to get that experience with him being so young. DeJounte Murray, I feel like, is somebody they're going to ship off before the trade deadline for sure to a team like the Lakers or like the Celtics would be perfect fit. Derek White, I don't really see him as any more than like a 7th or 8th man on a good team. Honestly, like he goes off for 26 points here and there, but it's a lot of the same thing with Kevin Porter Jr., where you either get 5 on a really bad shooting clip or you get 30 on a really good shooting clip. And he's a negative defender in both areas. So, I mean, not the greatest. I think for the Knicks, really all you can ask for is just more bench depth, a big man, like a good, solid offensive big man. I think Sabonis would fit this team beautifully, just because you need that like shot creation in the paint when Julius Randle isn't on the court. When he is on the court, he can somewhat create for himself. But I think you need to get Emmanuel Quickley in that starting role and get him as many minutes as possible, really. So, yeah, I think in a pick and roll offense, Emmanuel Quickley and Domantas Sabonis, that would be deadly, in my opinion. Boston really just needs a point guard, offensive-minded point guard that can get Tatum and Brown the ball. I get Marcus Smart wanting to take more shots, but like I really don't see him taking more shots than what he is right now. 2 for 7. Like that's not good. I think Josh Richardson is another guy that needs to get less minutes. And Peyton Pritchard, I think, is a guy that needs to get a boost in the minutes because he looked extremely good in the summer league. He looked decent in the preseason, so I mean, he's a guy that needs to get more minutes on the court. The Lakers, I don't even know at this point. You're just old. You can't run anymore, other than if you're Russell Westbrook maybe or Anthony Davis. But they're just too old, honestly, in my opinion. Like they're not going to win long-winded games that are like won in the paint. They're going to win from the perimeter with their shooters off the bench. That's just my opinion. The Nets, honestly, just Kyrie come back and they're championship bound for sure. That's honestly really all I have to say. Maybe get another, like a better big man, like a who would fit this team well, like a cheap, good big man. Maybe Mitchell Robinson. Maybe. I think Joe Johnson needs to get more minutes. Or is he on this team? No, he's not on the team anymore. Brain fart. I don't know. But that's really all I have to say. Just maybe a mid-level big man and Kyrie just come back. The Mavericks, I don't even know what to say, man. Like, on paper, this team would work. Maybe just like a better defensive-minded small forward to put next to Doncic and Porzingis, just because they're both pretty negative defenders on most nights. Again, Boban, if you need some paint defense, just put Boban in. Nobody's going to drive it in on him. He's just too big. But like a forward, I know you tried out Josh Richardson, but Josh Richardson's just been mid-level role player at best past couple of years. So, I mean, I don't know who would fit that role best, but I mean, that's all I really have to say. Just a defending wing would help this team out tremendously. Maybe a good 3-point shooter. Like Seth Curry fits so well on this team, and then they just let him go. One thing they do need to change, Moses Brown needs to get more minutes, for sure. He's a good young center that they acquired via trade, I believe. And like he barely ever plays. Like if I look at his stats, yeah, playing 3.7 minutes per game, so less than 4 minutes per game. Yeah, he just needs to get more minutes on the court, that is for sure. But I think that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will see you on Friday. Peace.